Before handling the CPAP, make sure you wash your hands well and put on gloves. Now connect the expiratory tubing to the top of the bottle and clip it into the tubing holder. And the inspiratory tubing goes on the connector with the baby icon. And finally, the oxygen tubing to the O2 port. So let's see that again. Now we need to set up the prongs. Prongs need to fit snugly without going all the way in. They must not touch the septum.
This size 5 looks big for our baby's weight. Let's try size 1. The size 1 is perfect for the baby's nostrils.
Premature babies will normally need the smallest prongs.
The prongs should fill the nostrils completely. Otherwise, the blend of oxygen and air will be escaping and there will not be enough pressure from the CPAP to open the baby's lungs.
We are going to connect the nasal prongs to the inspiratory and expiratory tubing. Now find the 2 fish elbow connectors that go at the end of the tubes. You might need to put these in. The prongs go between the 2 connectors. It should end up looking like this.
We're going to switch on the CPAP machine.
Next, turn on the device and check both the flow meters are open. It can the oxygen tubing to the O2 port with oxygen connected.
If you have the flow meter closed on the CPAP and then you open up the oxygen concentrator or any other oxygen source, then this can create a great deal of pressure which can blow the tubes off.
That's why we leave the flow meters open on the CPAP and then regulate the oxygen flow from the concentrator.
I'm going to switch on the oxygen concentrator.
Now you can turn on the concentrator. Remember, it needs to run for 5 minutes before use.
Then I'm going to connect the oxygen tubing
and connect the oxygen tubing from the CPAP to the concentrator. Next, adjust flow rates. The normal starting flow of oxygen is 3 liters per minute. Because the flow meter on the CPAP is open, if you put the concentrator at 3, the CPAP flow meter will also go to 3. But you always need to check this has happened.
For newborn babies, the total flow is normally at 6 liters per minute, but this may be varied by an experienced clinician. There are some algorithms which we will go into more detail in later videos, which will help you to work out flow rates for the CPAP.
You have now made a loop for the air-oxygen mix to flow. The loop goes from the CPAP machine down to the inspiratory tubing, through the prongs and then back into the water bottle. Except at the moment it can all escape through the prongs. We can close the loop by pinching or blocking the prongs.
Then we're going to test if the machine is working. We're going to pinch the prongs and see if it's bubbling.
If the water is bubbling, it means the air-oxygen mix is reaching the prongs.
Yes, the water is bubbling in the CPAP bottle.
It also means you are ready to put your baby onto CPAP.